Everyone is in their seat as the Heat look to grab a win here in Miami. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the Miami Heat, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Iverson, no good. Now, here's Wagner. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Sinks the triple.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Now here's Iverson. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Black, no good. Not a fast start here for the Heat. 6-point game. Kicks it out to Hero. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Allen Iverson on the wing.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Erik Spoelstra. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. And that one's good, Iverson.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
It's stolen by Banchero. Pass to Black. Banchero with the screen. Here's the lob to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, love that. Banchero moves so well with and without the ball.
And timeout is called by Erik Spoelstra. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. The Heat trailed by 10. There's the steal. One-on-one fast break. On the wing, Isaac. Pass to Suggs. Banchero with the ball. Off target with his 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Adebayo with the ball. Got a piece of it. And here is Suggs. Hits it from 3-point range. Suggs has got 8 points.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Now here's Iverson. 6 on the shot clock. Miami needs to get a shot off. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Brandon, the super team era is indeed coming to a close. The Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
And that one's good, Iverson.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
A nice shot by Black.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
To the middle. Looking for Banchero and gets it there. Here's Black. And that one is hammered home.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And so it's Orlando holding it.
The Magic. 25.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it's...
Oh, yes, sir.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Poke loose. And up the court come the Magic on the break. The tray. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Hero, no good. On offense, here are the Magic. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaime Jaquez. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. No one near Isaac as he lets it go. No good with the triple. And it's the Heat with the ball. Hero from long range. Banchero grabs the board.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here again, the Magic in transition. Up the court they go. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Caldwell Pope's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Hero, that's a 2-pointer. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And in dropping that one, he stops a 13-0 run by the Magic.
And here's Anthony for three. Rebound by the Heat. Mitchell outside. Shoots a fader. No good that time. And it's Orlando's ball. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That will be their second of 6 road games for the team. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside, Hero. And it's Wagner with the rebound. The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. It's good from long range. Anthony's got his second bucket tonight.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And a wide open look for Hero. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And Hero early on in his career finds himself in these big-time moments.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Iverson outside. Over Caldwell Pope. Another shot. Here's Ware.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
And he goes in for the dunk.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Iverson left side. Good on the shot. Iverson's got 7 points.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Anthony. For the three. And Ware pulls it down. 23 seconds left to play here in the half. And here's Iverson outside. Again, Iverson missing.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Three seconds left. Not going to go that time. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Magic out in front, opening up a huge gap. Live from Miami, you're watching 2K Sports. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Pass to Isaac. Here's Black. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Heat. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
First team foul.
And here is Hero. Adebayo the screen. Shoots it. Hero no good. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Outside, Hero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Now, Banchero. He's got 13. No good on the triple.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Hero can't get that one to fall.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Adebayo. Rebound by the Magic. And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Black. 11 points in the game. Jaquez with the rebound. And here's Miami. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. So halt the run. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
A nice shot by Black.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
The drive by Iverson. Miami no good on that time either.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And now, Adebayo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And powering it home. He ends a 12-0 run by the Magic.
Pass to Wagner. Off target from outside. And it's Miami's ball. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Orlando dictating the flow. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
The drive by Iverson. Basket counts. Iverson's got 11.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's Suggs. Off target from 3-point range. Now the Heat with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Adebayo the screen. Iverson. And it's sent back by Isaac. Sinks the 3-pointer. Iverson's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
And so it's the Orlando Magic with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense.
The Magic, 62.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Heat. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go. That one good for 2. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Magic?
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
The rebound by Anderson. Here's Larson. Oh, good on the 3. Orlando dictating the flow. And here's Anthony from the arc. Doesn't go for him. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here's Anderson from the arc. And he can't jam it through. Out to the wing. Here's Houston. That's good from 17 feet away.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Here's Jovic. The three. Good on the three-point shot.
It does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
The drive by Anthony.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's Jovic. Offline with his three.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
On offense, here are the Heat. There's the triple. Here's Larson. Rebounded by Anthony. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Anthony. Caldwell Pope outside. Outside Anthony. Misses the three.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Here's Jovic. Connects from three-point range. Jovic has got 6 here in this quarter.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Oh, look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Here's Jovic. A three-pointer off the mark. Anthony looking it over. And it's Anthony slamming it down.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Here's Jovic. The shot, no good. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Orlando.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
There's Wagner with the three. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Back to Rozier. Just 5 to shoot. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so here's Orlando. Pass to Wagner. Out to Anthony. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hero with it. From deep three-point territory. Can't connect. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin.